Hi guys, it's Mandy again. I'm just gonna give you all an update. I know you've probably been waiting to hear back about my test results from yesterday's blood draw. So my HCG levels, I had a miscarriage, as you all know, 4 weeks ago, and for some reason after 4 weeks, or after 3 weeks at the time, my HCG levels are pretty high. They took my HCG levels twice in one day because I took them once at the primary care doctor when I felt fine, and my lab results were not ready yet. And a few hours later I went to the ER because for some reason my blood pressure spiked really high, and that was followed by sweating, nausea, and I went to the hospital for just to see like what was going on with me, and it turned they ended up taking another HCG test because they didn't get the one. Sorry, my kids are all barging in here. I'll be in there a little bit. It's really hard for me to be able to get to video anything around here without them screwing it up. Anyways, so at the hospital, my previous lab results weren't ready, and they wanted to see them, but they couldn't because they weren't ready. So they went ahead and they took another one. So, you know, like an hour later, we got the results from that HCG test, and my HCG level was 450. A couple days later, I finally got the test results from my primary care doctor from earlier that same morning. This is like 4 hours before my ER visit. My level was 347. So it rose 100 points within a couple of hours. So this, I didn't see this until like yesterday. I checked out my chart on the internet, and I saw my old lab results and was like, wow, so it looks like a week ago my HCG levels were rising. The day after I got that original HCG test done, I went to follow up with my OB. She was thinking maybe I still had some retained products of conception. She took that ultrasound, said there was no infection, no products of conception, everything looked good, but if there was a new pregnancy, we wouldn't be able to see it yet because it's too early. She said, come back in 1 week. We'll do another blood draw. So yesterday, as I've told you, we went ahead and did another blood draw. I had to wait all freaking day wondering, when are they going to tell me I'm pregnant? When are they going to tell me what's going on? If I have no products of conception, if I have no infection, then my HCG level is rising for some reason. I really hope it's because I'm pregnant, because I just really want a baby. My fiance has no children of his own. I do have 3 children from my ex. I was married. I was together with him for like 9 years, and he had a double hernia surgery, got addicted to the pain medication, and it ended up being, you know, it got so bad that I had to take my kids and leave. And my fiance now has been one of my best friends since I was 13 years old. He was really there for me after I had to leave my husband, and I went through so much just pain and so many bad things after that. He was really my shoulder to cry on, you know, and I just fell in love with him after that. I saw him in a different way than I had since we were kids. I always saw him as a friend, and then it was just, everything changed between us, and I fell deeply in love. And we've had this amazing relationship for the past 2 years, and we're getting married. He really wants a baby of his own, and I have severe hypertension, so we didn't want to wait too much longer. I'm in my 30s. So we were going to try this year, and now that I don't have that IUD out of the way, and I'm over the miscarriage from my IUD pregnancy, and you know, we're like, it's time. We're ready. We got our hopes up a little before, now we're ready. So anyways, I had that blood draw from yesterday. My doctor called me today. The news is bad. My HCG level last week was 450, and now it's only at 574. And if you know a lot about HCG, you should know that it is supposed to double every 2 to 3 days. And if it does not, that usually points to there's something probably wrong. rarely there are some cases where HCG is slow to rise, and then it skyrockets, and then maybe everything will be okay. But a lot of times it could be because a pregnancy is not viable, or or a blighted ovum, or just a lot of other, there's several reasons. But for this, whatever is inside me to be a healthy pregnancy, this my doctor thinks like something's not right. She really thinks right now that maybe she was wrong with that past ultrasound, and maybe there really was a piece of tissue left over from my miscarriage and it's still there. We really don't know. I am just so confused right now, because they told me that there was no products of conception left and there was no infection, and I'm sitting there, believing all of this, and apparently ultrasounds aren't as great as they seem, and doctors aren't always right, and they could have been wrong now. So she wants me to come in tomorrow morning for another blood draw, and this one they're going to order stat, so they get it in a few hours. So she said to me today that if my HCG double does not reach 1,000 tomorrow, she wants to do a DNC. I think that I'm probably going to beg her to just wait 1 or 2 more days and see what happens, because I don't know, I've been scouring the internet for any situation like mine, and I'm seeing that some people can, get a DNC too early, and before they really know that there could have been a baby. I really don't want to get a DNC. I'm scared to death. I've never had one. I've heard it hurts, and I hope they can put me to sleep if they do. With my hypertension, I don't know if that anesthesia makes your blood pressure go up. I really don't know. Like, I'm scared. If there's anyone out there watching this, please, who's had this happen to them, tell me your story in the comments below. Just tell me, because I'm having a really hard time finding anyone that could have had this same situation happen, and there's just nobody that has any answers for me right now. I don't know what's happening. If you have a similar situation, I would really love to hear it. Other than all that, tomorrow I get that blood draw, and in a few hours we'll see what happens. I will give you all an update and let you know. Okay? See you later.